Welcome to Zadam Facts. Today we are going to discuss 12 most interesting facts about country Guatemala.
Fact number 1. Land of the Mayans. Guatemala is the home of the Mayan civilization, considered one of the most advanced and sophisticated pre-Columbian civilizations. The Mayans built amazing pyramid temples. They were skilled in astronomy and used cacao as currency. They invented an accurate number system, developed accurate calendars, invented rubber, and created a ball game that is literally the ancestor of soccer. They were also productive artists. The Maya originally occupied parts of Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, Belize, and Guatemala. They are still very much alive and innovating in art, science, sports, and all aspects of modern Guatemalan life and culture. Fact number 2. The name Guatemala comes from the country we now call Guatemala was once called Guatemalan. Many experts and historians believe that Guatemalan means Tierra de Plantas Florestas. Roughly translated into English, it means land of abundant forests. Other historians believe that the name Guatemala is derived from the word Guatemala, which means mountain of vomit. The use of Guatemala dates back to at least 152. In May of that year, Spanish explorer Pedro de Alvarado sent a letter to Hernán Cortés describing a 16th-century expedition to Guatemala. Fact number 3. More than 200 years. 200 years ago, on September 15, 1821, 15 people signed the Mesoamerican Independence Act, which declared the independence of Central America from the Spanish Empire. That's right. Guatemala became a republic 200 years ago. Since independence, Guatemala has experienced 2 revolutions, several dictatorships, U.S.-backed interventions, a long civil war, multiple military coups, and 22 earthquakes. The country hosted the Futsal World Cup in 2000. Fact number 4. 2 Nobel Prizes. Did you know that 2 Guatemalans have won Nobel Prizes? The first was Miguel Angel Echeverrías, novelist, poet, playwright, journalist, and diplomat who received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1967. He was the second Latin American writer to win a Nobel Prize. The Chilean Gabriela Mistral won the prize in 1945. In 1992, the Nobel Committee awarded the Nobel Peace Prize to the Guatemalan Kiche feminist and human rights activist Rigoberta Menchú Tam for her work based on respect for the indigenous people's rights. Fact number 5. World-famous coffee. Guatemalan coffee is considered one of the best in the world. Jesuit missionaries introduced coffee to Guatemala in the mid-18th century, and it quickly became one of Guatemala's main exports. The quality of Guatemalan coffee is the result of a combination of the country's microclimate, altitude, soil quality, rainfall, sun exposure, and agricultural practices. There are 8 coffee-producing regions in Guatemala: Antigua, Acatenango, Atitlan, Capan, Fraganes, Huehuetenango, and Nuevo Orient, each with a completely different taste. Fact number 6. Volcanoes, a different tourist destination. Guatemala is also famous for its volcanoes. There are 37 in the country. Don't you worry, only 3 of them are active and many of them are considered tourist attractions. The highest volcano in Guatemala is Tajomorco, located in San Marcos, and the highest volcano in Central America. Fact number 7. Lake Atitlan, the most beautiful lake in the world. In 1934, British writer Aldous Huxley wrote in his memoirs, "Lake Atitlan has come with the additional decoration of a pair of giants." Volcanoes, it's really wonderful. Writers and historians claim that Guatemala inspired elements of Saint-Exupéry's The Little Prince. He is actually crashing in Guatemala in 1938 and recovering from an injury in Antigua. Many also point to the similarities between the elephant inside the obstruction viper and the Cerro de Oro hill visible from a Lake Atitlan. You be the judge. Fact number 8. How many people are there in Guatemala? Curious about this important fact. According to the latest national census, Guatemala was home to 14.901 million people in 2018, an increase of 3.5 million people compared to the last census conducted by the National Institute of Statistics of Guatemala in 2002. The World Bank estimated that in 2020, Guatemala was home to 16.86 million people. Most famous country in Central America is Guatemala. Fact number 9. Myths and legends. One of the most important elements of Guatemalan folklore is myth and legend. For example, you may have heard of Llorona, a woman who drowned her son in a river and then committed suicide in the same river. To this day, people say they can hear their baby crying. But there are countless others, like Ratatona, a witch who escaped execution by boarding a ship that raided her cell, or El Cadillo, a red-eyed dog that kills drunks or the homeless, or La Ciguanaba, a creature with the body of a woman and the face of a horse. Previously on this list, we mentioned the writer Miguel Angel Asturias. He wrote a book based on Guatemalan myths and legends entitled Leyendas de Guatemala. Fact number 10. Rich multilingual countries. The use of 25 languages in its territory: Spanish, Seneca, Garifuna, and 22 Mayan languages. Almost 93% of Guatemalans speak Spanish. However, many indigenous peoples of Guatemala still use their ancestral languages, such as Kiche, Mam, and Kak'ik. Fact number 11. Happyland. That's right, McDonald's Happy Meal comes from Guatemala. In the 1970s, Guatemalan entrepreneur and philanthropist Yolanda Fernandez de Cavino dreamed of serving small meals to children. She calls it Ronald's List. Today in Guatemala, it is called Cajita Feliz, which means happy casket. Other notable inventions in Guatemala are instant coffee, an environmentalist named Mr. Fuego, a food drink called Encaparina, and online security systems called CAPTCHA and RecAPTCHA. Which brings us to the last point. Fact number 12. Duolingo and the Wiztech. CAPTCHA was founded by Guatemalan entrepreneur Luis Von On in 2007. Later 2 years, Google acquired the company. 2 years later, in 2011, Luis Duolingo launched his popular language learning website and mobile app. Luis remains the CEO of Duolingo and continues to lead trends in technology and education.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and press bell notification for future videos.